Yeah, thank you, and it's great to be here today. I think it's really important that we speak with one voice, and we're very coordinated. I heard from so many small businesses about how many mixed messages that they got between the city and the county and the state, and so I look forward to actually having a close partnership, and it's all about collaboration with the county. We want to be an active partner to really work with them on the vaccine rollout. The vaccine rollout, now it's getting out better, but really into the neighborhoods, into some of the neighborhoods that need to be served, the Latina community, the Black community. I think we can use the YFD centers more like community centers, and so I look forward to talking with Mayor Coppinger and the health department about what city assets we can use to really help increase the vaccine rollout. Well, I mean, we've got to get our economy back going, and we've got to get moving again. And it is great that there is a vaccine. I've had my first vaccine. It's great that people and businesses that want you to wear a mask. I mean, I think it's whatever it takes to get our economy going. So businesses that feel more comfortable with people wearing masks or following the mask mandate. I'm fine with that. There's some businesses that don't. So I think that we've just got to get out and get going. One of the things that we can do is we can utilize these beautiful natural assets we have in Chattanooga. I mean, to think that our parks have been shut down. I mean, we need to encourage people to get out. And yes, I do see an end in sight, but it has been a very long year, I know, for a lot of people. Absolutely. Since I announced in September, I've been out in the neighborhoods really talking to the community about resources that the city can bring. What could we do to actually create more opportunity? And there's several things right away. The first is we are going to create an Office of Small Business Support to actually go into the community and work with some of the small businesses that have been hurt. How can we bring resources to them without them having to navigate the city? How can we make the city easier to do business with? So people that want to start a business, grow a business, or need resources, how can we actually streamline those processes and policies? So we're going to do that. We've talked about what we're going to do in the youth and family development centers, what we can do to actually bring, again, more resources to underserved neighborhoods. One of the things that really excited me about running for mayor was knowing that it's all about collaboration and partnerships, and we've used that very well downtown, but we have not brought that out to the neighborhoods. I look forward to using my skill set and my connections to really bring opportunity to every single part of our city, especially the underserved areas, the Black community, Latina community. Yes, campaigning for office has really showed me what a gap there is in the Hispanic community about how we actually, one, there is a communication barrier, and then there's a trust barrier. So we have some great partners already working around the table with the Latina Hispanic community, and it's getting those partners engaged and making sure that we have a table big enough at City Hall, and we're going to make sure that we actually have their voice there. But it's going to take some time to actually build that trust. But I think making sure that they know that we're they're welcome, making sure that whatever we do has translation. I know that we translated our website and all of our campaign materials, but some of the things that maybe people don't think about. So I think that is a growing, it's a growing segment of the population, and we've got to work with the churches and folks already in that community to help us bridge that gap. Sure. So there's only a 6-day time period, right, between the actual election and when we take office. This is a job I feel like I've been prepared for my entire life, even though I didn't know it at the time. I mean, from my background, from running a company, meeting payroll, and really the last 11 years working besides city government. So at River City Company, we weren't funded by the city or the county, but we really worked alongside in partnership. So I feel like I've had a great outside-in look at really what's broken. One of the biggest challenges is COVID, is how do we actually jumpstart our economy? How do we actually bring resources to families that are hurting? And I believe that my perspective and having the experience that I have, I am the only candidate with that type of experience. I have recruited jobs, I have recruited investment, and we need to hit the ground running because there are families and businesses hurting in our community, and we got to get going. Yes, I think we have a great opportunity about getting youth engaged. And we have seen during COVID, being able not able to have a lot of programming, I mean, how much the community has suffered. So, several things that we're planning to do to get the youth engaged and really show them career paths and paths to prosperity. The first is what can we do with the youth and family development centers? How we can actually program them for after school programming and tutoring and STEM activities and art activities. How can we bring mentors into YFD and actually have programming, what we can do with our parks. It's amazing to me that we do not have a parks department anymore. We will under my administration. And it's how do we actually engage the kids in sports and in activities through every single neighborhood and make sure that they do stay active and involved. And then I think we have an opportunity with vocational training. There are some great apprenticeship programs and internship programs, but one of the obstacles has been transportation. So we have CARTA. We want to work with employers and we want to work with our public transportation system and other ways to actually get kids to companies so they can actually see what the opportunities are there. So it is the future of our city. It is how do we actually grow our city for the next generation, and we have plans to do that. Well, you're right. Small business is the backbone of our city. These are the businesses that people have invested their lives and their 401ks. These are the businesses that make our community special and unique. And even before COVID, I heard from so many small businesses that they felt left out, that we only focused on the large employers that were coming here. And so we made a conscious effort when we put down our policies that our number one policy is strengthening small business with the Office of Small Business Support. Really bringing resources out into the community to actually help them where they are, making sure that we streamline city government so people can grow and expand businesses. I think we also have an opportunity looking at city purchasing requirements. We have set the bar so high with some of the requirements that that small businesses can't even compete. So I think that my administration, we want to be a shining example and be a leader in how we actually engage and interact with small businesses. So we're excited about that, and I know with COVID, so many small businesses, we've lost so many special businesses. So that's going to be the number one focus of my administration. We have such a growing homeless situation here, and we have a growing homeless situation around the country. There are over 40 organizations working with the homeless groups, and part of the issue has been they've been working in silos. So how do you get those folks to come together around the table and not reinvent what they do, but really coordinate services? Signal Centers, which is a fantastic nonprofit, was just given the grant to be the backbone agency to try to pull those partners together. And the first thing I want to do is actually get in the middle of all of that and look at what as a city we can do. The number that's been out there is there are 326 homeless families, individuals. As a city, we have solved so many big problems. Surely we can figure out how to house 326 families. Part of that is also affordable housing, and we have a very robust affordable housing policy. The fact that I have a real estate and development background, the fact that I have sat beside city government and looked at maybe ways we can use our partners better, we put together a policy that we believe that we could bring 700 units of affordable housing on during my first term. partnering with organizations like Chattanooga Neighborhood Enterprise. So I think, we're a compassionate city, but we have to have housing to put these folks in. And then we have to have wraparound services, because it's not enough to say, here's an apartment. Some of them have mental health issues, there's mental illness, and it's really making sure that we are coordinating with all the service providers. So, it feels like now I've been running for quite some time that my life is an open book, but I would say maybe some things that people don't know about me because they associate me so much with downtown is that, I was born to 17-year-old parents. I went to public school. I'm the first in my family to go to college. I've worked my entire life. I've tried to make a difference in a city that I love so much, and I love Chattanooga so much. And the way I've done it for the past 11 years is doing downtown work. The reason I'm running for mayor is to make sure that I can use my background and skill set to help every single part of the city, and I look so forward to doing that.